Even though Georgie and Mandy's first marriage might yet surprise me, I'm more certain than ever that I understand why the main pair in the Young Sheldon spin-off split up. Georgie and Mandy's first marriage is an unusually high-concept sitcom, much like How I Met Your Mother before it. At the end of Young Sheldon's finale, Georgie was blissfully married to Mandy. Mary was grieving the unexpected death of George Sr., and Sheldon was at Caltech. But viewers were already aware that this marriage would not last. I've known Georgie's relationship with Mandy couldn't work out since he made his first appearance on television in The Sibling Realignment, episode 23 of season 11 of The Big Bang Theory. Georgie's older self called his ex-wife during that outing. It was inevitable that Georgie and Mandy will split up because they were married in Young Sheldon season 7. This is strongly suggested by the title of Georgie and Mandy's first marriage, and the main idea of the spin-off provides an explanation of what went wrong between the apparently content pair. Although there are many positive aspects of Georgie and Mandy's relationship, I'm also pretty sure that the reason for their divorce was revealed in Georgie and Mandy's first marriage episode 11, Working for the Enemy. Georgie's astute commercial acumen will eventually distort his objectives and cause serious problems between him and Mandy. Georgie views the world in terms of gains and losses, as demonstrated by working for the enemy, while Mandy is ultimately more devoted to her family than to her husband. When Mandy's father learns that his son-in-law ordered a free consignment of Korean tires to sell behind his back, Georgie and Jim argue about his torn store in Working for the Enemy. Jim says he fired Georgie, but Georgie quits his company because he is too hot-headed. During the ensuing dispute, Jim is forced to acknowledge that the Korean tires sold as well as Georgie had projected, and Georgie accepts a position at a competing tire shop. Although there is obviously some residual animosity between the two, the plot also emphasizes other problems. While Audrey and Mary's argument was resolved in an earlier episode thanks to Sheldon's roommate agreement, Georgie and Jim's argument in Working for the Enemy lacks a comparable resolution. Although Georgie is still annoyed by Jim's cautious business methods and Jim is not interested in Georgie's ambitious expansion ambitions, Jim may finally swallow his pride and rehire Georgie. These opposing viewpoints are probably the cause of Georgie's temporary departure from Jim's tire shop, as The Big Bang Theory has already shown. The Big Bang Theory's older Georgie is shown to be the owner of a network of prosperous tire stores in The Sibling Realignment. To Sheldon's dismay, his brother gives the chain the moniker Dr. Tire. In Working for the Enemy, Georgie has a sharp business sense that Jim, who is more conventional and cautious, lacks, despite the fact that he may not have a doctorate like his younger brother. This was fostered by Georgie's father, George Sr., but Jim dislikes it, and his daughter is surprisingly eager to support him. In Working for the Enemy, Mandy encourages her mother to put Georgie's employment in danger so that her father will have to go back to Jim's tire shop, rather than pleading with him to make a compromise with Georgie. The fact that Georgie's romantic interest begs her mother to fire him indicates that she would rather Georgie work for Jim than go it alone. Georgie, on the other hand, has consistently stated that he views working for Jim as a short-term fix rather than a long-term professional path since the first episode of Georgie and Mandy's first marriage. Remember to like, share, and subscribe to my channel for more videos.